Hello everyone, we are Group 19 of Environmental Education EA class by Professor Hubert, and then we're going to present you about our group project that we did for the final project. So these are our group members, Miet and Yun, which is me, and then we have Asia, and then finally we have Joy. So what did we actually do our final project? We did a mini documentary and we focused on the topic of food loss and waste issue. And then specifically, we focused on the context of Japan and Beppu, and then those young people and students that are living in Beppu and then studying at APU. So moving on.
So the target we chose was target 16, and this is target 16 was to enable sustainable consumption choices to reduce waste and overconsumption. And the topic we chose was food waste issues in Japan, Beppu experiences, and thoughts of young students in APU. So we interviewed friends and some post leaders and ecos leaders to see what they took, what their intake was in the food waste issue. So we got footage from our part-time jobs. So some of us work in either convenience stores or hotels, and we took images from our work to show how much food waste we get and just show the experience we have with food waste, and interviews with APU students, so ecos leaders, for example, and student circle leaders, yes. And our target audience is university students from the ages of 18 to 25 years old. And we made a mini documentary, which is 10 to 15 minutes, that uses narration, visuals, and short interviews with APU students who work in part-time in food services and APU cafeteria staff.
Yes, before moving on, initially we thought about doing our projects on fast fashion, but then we directed our direction to this new topic, Target 16 of about food waste after and reading more about the targets and then the academic articles. So what was our communication strategy? So mainly and most importantly, our vision for this project was to use storytelling as a tool to reflect and spread awareness and also to uncover how students, especially students of APU, interact with food waste issues in their daily life. And our mission was to achieve this vision of ours by capturing real voices and experience. We know that there are a lot of documentaries, a lot of articles and coverage about how food waste and are affecting people and then young students, but we wanted to capture the closest voices to us, which are the people living inside Beppu and then the students studying APU.
So in terms of like internet situations, our projects fit well with for APU in the College of Sustainability in Tourism stand for. APU 2030 vision talk about creating graduates who can help solve the global issue and be a sustainable society. YSD focus on connecting sustainability to real life situations. In terms of like external situations, our projects promote sustainable developments goal 12, which is about like responsible consumptions and promotion. In terms of like globally, around one third of all the food produced in the world is wasted, contributing 8 to 10% of greenhouse gas emissions. As well in Japan, around 4.6 million tons of foods are discarded annually. Even though Japan promotes avoiding waste and a circular economy, social norm for perfect food and convenience often lead to overconsumption. That's also happened the same exactly in Beppu in Oita Prefecture. That's the key reason why we choose to do this mini documentary to mainly raise awareness about food waste.
Yes. And then moving on to the rest of our communication strategy, where it comes down to the logistic and every nits and bits. For accountability, we uh, delegated roles on our four members accordingly. And then we mostly stuck to the roles, but also did not stuck to the role because like we did try to help out each other in our own ways, no matter which is like it's our role or not. And then for the stakeholders, we had a major derailment here because we did not actually interview and then go to reach out to the APU cafeteria staff because we actually focused mainly on the APU students, and then our documentary actually came out as an interview on just the APU students, so we did not actually go reach out to the APU cafeteria stuff because of the reason we mentioned, and also because of the limitation of our time and then our availability. And then for resources, it was just very basic of we used our phones, we used our microphones, and then very basic editing tools like Canva for our video. And then the approach, the timeline, we also did a lot of changes there because in our initial proposal, we did try to film all the videos before the winter break, which was in December last year, 2025. And then we tried to do all the major editing in December during the winter break, and then only a few major editings, no, minor editings after the winter break. But in reality, we did not manage to do a lot of editing during the winter break, actually not at all. So we had to do those editings, putting together all the videos, trying voiceover captions after the winter break. And then, yeah, I think those were the main changes that we made. And then the reason why we did not stick to the initial timeline was that during winter break, there everyone was away. Some people were traveling, some people were working, and then we also had like coming of age ceremony like right after the winter break. So that actually made our plan derail a little bit. So what we learned from this project, can Asia share?
Yes, so I was surprised. I didn't actually know about the possible circle in general, but then I was very surprised to hear that ecos as well. There are some circles in APU that are tackling food waste in Lawson and in the cafeterias and the Pacific Cafe. So yeah, I was very surprised to hear that.
Mm,
Thanks.
yeah. For me, I think I learned a lot about same with like Asia. I did not know I have heard about what Postpos, and I also been a part of Echoes, which I recently left in this semester. But actually talking to a leader and actually talking um to them and then meeting with them to talk about what they are doing close like for food waste, I think I learned a lot about what we can do, and then which activities specifically I can participate in to actually do something about food waste. Yeah.
For me, I would say I received some like insight, some knowledge that I want to know. For example, like personally, I am interested in recycling businesses. So when we search about the news about the food in Japan since everything, I ended up researching about like how they are managing the waste, especially food waste. So it was very interesting for me to find out like how like recycling businesses, there are some recycling businesses which are recycling the food waste in terms of composting, as well as other like producing biogas and everything. So it was pretty interesting for me. As well as I also found out like some like individual effort. For example, like there is the cafe, what is it? Like zero waste cafes, which try not to waste any food waste of the cafe, and they try to use every food as much as possible. They try to reuse that food waste into everything. So these kind of things was really interesting for me. Yeah.
Yes, I think overall we learned a lot about group project and also working with each other. So yeah, we learned a lot. So that's it for our presentation. This is the link to our final project output on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening to us, and bye bye.
Bye.